That's fifth.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Board of Trustees regular meeting. Today's date is January 25th, 2022, and it is 9 a.m. in the morning. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Mayor Vorderer.
Present.
Trustee Sack.
Present.
Trustee Pembroke.
Present.
Trustee Mallow.
Here.
Trustee Desmond.
Here.
And can we have a motion to allow Trustee Olenichak and Trustee Stalker to participate by phone?
Motion. Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Yes.
Good morning, guys, from the warmth. We're jealous. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I'm handling extreme cold weather at work.
Okay, thanks. Veterans, please salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, do we have any public comments?
No.
Conflict of interest disclosure. Any trustees have any conflict with items on tonight's agenda? Hearing none, we'll move to the swearing of the Oak Police Department personnel, Lieutenant Todd Tennyson, Sergeant Sean Heiligig, and Sergeant Scott Kirk. I guess we'll take one at a time. Sergeant Todd Tennyson, you want to step up here?
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Todd Tennyson,
I, Todd Tennyson,
having been appointed to the position of Police Lieutenant
having been appointed to the position of Police Lieutenant
in the Village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook,
in the Village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of Lieutenant to the best of my ability.
of the position of Lieutenant to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We've had the tradition of allowing a family member to pin on the promotion star of the new officer. So,
Thank you.
Mrs. Tennyson, I would like to take the honors.
Step up to the mic.
Right over here.
Sure.
All right, go ahead.
Bulletproof vest. Yeah, bulletproof.
Yeah.
Good. You have some family, other family here?
Yeah, I do. I have my two daughters who are missing school right now.
Okay.
They're happy, Amy and Kylie. And then my mom, Barb Tennyson, and then, like I said, my daughters, Amy and Kylie. One goes to Marist and one goes to Mount Green.
Congratulations.
Thank
All right,
you.
We'll call you back up. All right, we have a promotion to the rank of Sergeant. Sean
He's already here. He's already here. He knew he was next.
You weren't here when I was here.
You'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Scott Heilig.
I, Sean Heilig.
Sean. Having been appointed to the position of Police Sergeant
Having been appointed to the position of Police Sergeant
in the Village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook,
in the Village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of Sergeant to the best of my ability.
of the position of Sergeant to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you have some family here?
I do. My wife Lindsay and my two little boys Connor and Charlie.
Congratulations.
Coming up.
I did. I'm that good. Charlie.
Charlie's.
All right, thank you, Sarge. And we have Sergeant Scott Kirk.
If you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Scott Kirk,
I, Scott Kirk,
having been appointed to the position of sergeant in the Village of Oak Lawn,
having been appointed to the police sergeant in the Village of Oak Lawn,
County of Cook,
County of Cook,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of sergeant to the best of my ability.
of the position of sergeant to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who do we have?
It's my brother Brad, sister, and my nephew from Tennessee. My wife and kids, Jake, Jake, Ben. Macy's not here. My mother-in-law, Mary, my sister-in-law, Jenny, and that's it.
We got the whole tribe here, huh?
Yeah.
Good, good. Everybody want to come up for a photograph?
After a photograph.
Big brother bully.
Yeah, right?
Everybody promoted, come on up for a picture for the press.
Don't forget we went to your front.
Put your hats on, guys. There you go.
I'll go first, if I don't get me, and then you'll go second. I'm good.
All right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations again, guys. All right, we're moving on into the business of the meeting. You guys want to leave, that we won't be upset?
Kids don't want to go back to school. Yeah.
You can still make third period.
Basically everybody.
Yeah. That's 9 o'clock meetings. Get a good attendance.
We get some of those people back.
Yeah.
kids at least.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, we'll move on to number 6. That's the approval of the meeting minutes, number 2022-01, dated January 11th, 2022. Motion, please.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Yes.
Motion approved. New business by village trustees, District 1.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to give a shout out to the Public Works again, who have did their usual great work in keeping the streets clean and keeping the village maintained and in good order. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee. District 2.
I have no business report.
Thank you, sir. Business, District 3.
Thank you, Mayor. I have one item to talk about this morning. It's in regards to our camera system that we have on our village website. You residents, businesses are allowed to register their cameras. With Christmas just ending, a lot of people did get Ring cameras, and these Ring cameras are part of this system. So if you do go to our website, in the search bar, if you type in registry, REGISTRY, it'll be the first thing that will pop up. And what you're going to want to do is to create an account. And when you create this account, you'll put your email in, you'll put a password in. This will allow you to receive the email, and then once you receive that email, you can get started. You can click on there. It's fairly simple. You click on your location, your house. You'll see it on a satellite view. And then the second step is to click on the camera that you have. If you just have a Ring camera, you can put it by the front door. If you have other cameras, you can put them around the house. It's a good system. Then once you're done with that, you'll finish and submit the registration. I was put to a when I registered our camera at our house, I was put to a basically an ad for cameras. You don't have to click on this. You can just say no thanks, and then your camera will be registered with the Oakland Police Department. So I just wanted to kind of let the residents and businesses know that they can do that. I'm going to kind of turn it over to Chief a little bit here. He can explain kind of the reasoning for this and what else can be done with the system.
All right, first I'd like to thank the board for allowing me to swear in the new promotion today. It's one of the fun parts of my job. There's a lot less lately, but that's one of the best parts is seeing people that you've worked with and trained move up through the ranks. It's our leadership is secure. As for the camera system, a couple years back we partnered with Fuses. So basically we use their program and software, and what this does is it allows, we don't control the system, but it allows us access to any residential, commercial, school security system that is in Oak Lawn. Currently we have pretty much all the schools, a lot of businesses, banks, a lot of more residents are signing up now that we've gotten the word out. So what you do is you register your camera system with us through the registry. And what that does is through Fusus, we have a dashboard that our detectives can use. So say if there is a crime at a certain address that we're hoping that area cameras may have picked up, the detectives can then set up a radius depending on what they think is appropriate. And if your system is registered in Fusus, it'll pop up and say, Mr. So-and-so at this address has a Ring camera. 7-Eleven at this address has a surveillance system. So what this does is it cuts down the time it takes the detectives to canvass the area. So instead of them going door to door looking to see who's got Ring cameras, got outside surveillance, they can just come back to the station, plug it in, set it up, and it'll let them know that, okay, everyone in this area, this who has camera. And you have the option of either allowing us live access or not. If you don't want us to have access to it, we won't. So if you don't click for the live access, if your address comes up, you will receive an email from one of the detectives saying, hey, we had an incident occur on this time, this date, this location. Can you please check your Ring camera and see if you captured any of the above suspects or anything else you're looking for? And then they can in turn text it, email it to that detective. If for some reason you don't feel comfortable registering your system, you can still text tips and hotlines. There's a tip number that's also associated with the program as well. So you can just send in anonymous tips if you choose to do that. And as we get more comfortable and we start advancing with the system, integrated into our CAD system, eventually what we would like to do is add what's called license plate readers, which we're doing the research on now. So what license plate readers do is they alert us to any, they track every license plate that they read. They read hundreds of thousands of them a day. So say, for instance, and they get stolen car hits. So if they read that a stolen car is entering Oak Lawn, it then alerts our patrol division and they can be on the lookout for it. Or if there's a certain crime that occurred in an area, they can go to these license plate readers and say, okay, at this time and date, what cars traveled this route? So it's all part of a system, a plan that we're trying to implement with the police department, but it's gonna take a little time, but eventually we'll have the cameras and the license plate readers and we'll be able to, work smarter and not harder.
Thanks, Chief. So with the ring system, do you know, I mean, are they recording these? I mean, our ring system only controls our front door. So I think you have the ability to be able to expand that. So have you seen other ring cameras do a great job compared to some ring
I mean,
cameras
what
not?
we're getting now is if what people send us, you know, when they check their app on their phone, if they have video that's been stored, a lot of them are just sending us that. So right now, we don't have too many live accesses to Ring, and I understand people are skeptical about it. So that's mainly what we're getting is events that were recorded by the homeowner, resident, or business, and then they send it. They're sending it either the tip line or they're registered, and then we get it through that way.
Okay, so there is a way for the ring for the Oak Lawn Police Department to have access to the ring camera, whether it's recording or not, or is that, no?
And I'm not sure. I think
It's just about
I
recording.
think it's just about recordings now.
Okay, okay.
But the other systems like, I know District 123, a lot of the schools, they have live feeds. So right now, we do, with memorandums with them, we do have access to those live cameras. But I believe with the Ring and the home security systems, a lot of those are just recorded now.
I see. Thanks, Chief. That ends my report.
Thank you, Chief. You know, on any given day in the Oak Lawn, there is probably 20 to 22 police officers on the street. Citizen cooperation with police department has always been a key to solving crime. Now with this new technology, cameras, that's another tool that aids in investigation and preventing crime. So encourage our citizens to consider signing up for this and helping our police department keep our community safe. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Chief. District 4.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I'd also like to thank the Public Works Department and our first responders for all their diligent and dedicated work during this very difficult time, these winter months. So I want to thank you very much. That's it.
Thank you, sir. District 5, Bud.
Yes, I just wanted to mention that, as everyone knows, during the pandemic, Village of Oak Lawn canceled bus service, and we decided to continue to work with the Worth Township to establish a township-wide busing service. We've had the cooperation of Representative Murray Newman. We have a meeting tomorrow on that bus service and hope to have an announcement fairly soon as to when and if that bus service will start. It seems to be taken as a very positive direction for the villages in the township, and we hope to report on the establishment of that goal soon. That's it.
Thank you, trustee. Yes, if I can just comment, I've met with Bud, with Patricia Murphy. She's our township supervisor. She's very much on board. Should we be able to get this off the ground, she would supervise it throughout the township. That would allow access to all the communities. It would expand this bus service. The Congresswoman is looking for grants. There is possibly a grant from the county, and we're working very hard on improving this bus service for our seniors. Thank you.
Absolutely, I appreciate your help, sir.
Thank you, sir. District 6.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a few things. Last meeting, I mentioned about blood drive being held at St. Catherine's. It took place this Sunday. I got an email the following day from the director of Versati, and he gives us a report on how the blood drive did. And I don't think people sometimes realize the impacts. I just want to read these numbers that they gave us. So We had 55 scheduled and registered donors and 5 deferrals. That means 5 people, for whatever reason, weren't able to give that day. Out of those, they collected 34 units of blood, and out of those 34 units of blood, they'll be able to save up to 102 local patients. So from one blood drive, that's what's gathered. And we've run, this is our 4th one. So I'm going to put together statistics on what they did for the year, but it's powerful what one blood drive can do. 102 people from the donations from that blood drive can be saved. So it's really powerful, and I thank the people of the community who took their time out to go and give that blood. I want to tell a quick Hog Wild story. As we know, they just opened up this week. This is the businesses we want in the community. So my sister was there Sunday night, and at about 7:15, they were packed, and this was the first day they were short-staffed due to sickness, whatever. And Rich, the owner, locked the front door. He proceeded to go to every person in line, apologized to them for their wait, and gave every single person a $10 gift card and said, he'll say, please come back. Then he went outside for people that were coming up because they were supposed to be open and gave all of them $10 gift cards. So I went in there yesterday and, I said, what you guys are doing for the community is great. This, the business that, they've had over 1,000 people a day this first week, so they're doing phenomenal. So, that's the kind of businesses we want in Oak Lawn. I just want to comment on the story you guys were talking about with the cameras. I've had a couple residents lately reach out to me about crime in Oak Lawn and what we're doing about it. And this story is great. I'm going to email the resident who, I told him, I said, watch the village board meetings. I said, we talk about this every meeting. Safety is the top priority in our community. Our police department's amazing. But a story like this that people may not have known about, something we should probably put in our quarterly newsletter to let people know so you have access, because everybody's got these Ring cameras now. So
I've, with the village manager, also made the registration a full-page ad on the back of the newsletter, so
awesome.
wait for that. It'll be in your mail as well.
That's great. So, like I said, that's a great story to get to the residents to, again, show how proactive we're being within the community, to try and make Oak Lawn even safer and better than what it is. That's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, trustee. Village managers report.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to tie 3 or 4 of those things together, ironically, all at once. Specific to the newsletter we're referring to, not quarterly, but used to be semi-annually, and that's what our goal every time is. We had hoped to get it out right after the first of the year, was delayed by a couple of issues. Primarily our desire to include elements about the camera, which is important, and the plans for the senior corner at the Oak Lawn Library. I think the mayor will talk about later in the meeting. These are big, important efforts that are going to benefit the community. And I also wanted to tie it back into what Trustee Sock spoke about, Hog Wild opening. He's exactly right. It's the type of business you want here. Well-known name, excellent product. And our fear all along that the owner feared was being overwhelmed when they opened. I used to do financing for franchise restaurants years ago, and we did one in Penn's Landing in Philadelphia, which is like the Navy Pier area here, very touristy, and it was a well-known chain, and the person who owned it wanted to open up on a Saturday night, and we advised against that because, and inevitably it did happen. They ran out of product by 8 o'clock. People were quitting who had just started. And Rich, the owner of Hog Wild, did do the soft opening to the extent he could. He was hampered by COVID even before he opened. But I'm appealing to everybody out there who has experienced the long waits. My brother had the same issue. He waited in there. You walk in and people are 20 deep inside. The dining room's full. It's a great problem to have unless you're that person outside the door waiting to get in. And hopefully, as much as you like, in every business that opens to, all of that, hoopla, things will moderate and still be very successful. And any sort of experience that people have had that hasn't been pleasant, whether it be staffing issues or service or waits, please give that business time to get their legs under them, because it will be an important part of our community. And then back again to the camera issues Trustee Mallow spoke about. We have been working with our rental registration data, our property maintenance data, to do a sort of comprehensive picture of the village. And the reason we're doing that, when we talk about this newsletter, when we mail it, traditionally we use the all postal patron mailing. And without getting into motivations or suspicions about what happens when postal carriers see things that say all postal patron, and Dan, I know we've talked in the past, I've done spot audits on people. Whole blocks don't get the thing. Unless there's a name on the document, even the post office acknowledges the chances are that they may not get delivered to everybody. So we're making an effort to find out everybody who lives in Oak Lawn, including people in apartments. We're working with the department managers, the building owners, for safety reasons included, but also to know everybody who lives here, to get them on an email list, to hopefully move into the electronic realm we used to do 10 years ago with our newsletter, saving the cost of the mailing, but also keeping everybody connected. And the more connected you are, the more likely you're going to stay here and invest in and be a part of the community. So sort of tying all those aspects together, I just want to let people know that we did intend to get that newsletter out beginning of the year. It's more likely going to be a spring edition and include very important elements about the senior corner at the library, the new businesses that are opening, including Harley Davidson, Windy City Motors, about to sign the lease this week for the old Sports Authority space. That'll be a great improvement to the village, and a lot of other exciting matters happening. That's all I have this morning.
Thank you, Manager. All right, move on to the consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are routine and have been brought forward at the direction of the Board of Trustees, village manager, or village committees, and will be enacted with one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. A, ordinance number 22-02-03, an ordinance authorizing the disposal of 2 Village of Oak Lawn vehicles. B, resolution number 22-02-01, a resolution approving a professional engineering service agreement with CDM Smith Incorporated for construction of the water transmission main bid package 4B. C, resolution number 22-02-02, a resolution awarding the Regional Water System Improvements Water Transmission Main Bid Package 4B to contract with Reliable Contracting and Equipment Company. And D, a resolution authorizing the village manager to engage Baker Tilly to conduct an audit of the Village of Oak Lawn's financial statements and related notes for the year 2021. A motion, please?
Motion to approve.
A second?
Second.
Anybody have any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Yes.
Motion passes. Village Clerk's Report.
We have the approval of disbursement resolution 2022-02D dated January 25th, 2022 in the amount of $2,634,568.44.
Motion to pay the bills.
Second,
Second.
roll call, please.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Yes.
Motion passes. Any general village managers, Madam Clerk?
Just that we are still looking for volunteers for senior snow shoveling. We had a couple volunteers email this weekend, and I was able to match them up with some seniors who needed snow shoveling this weekend, but we are still looking for volunteers for future snow.
Good, good. You know, that program was started years ago by trustee Alex Oliniechek, and he actually supervised it and organized and coordinated, but it had to phase out because we had a lack of volunteers. So if your kids out there are looking for some service hours, this is an excellent opportunity to help your fellow residents, seniors, and we ask that you give us a call. Thank you. All right, Village President's Report. I have a mayoral proclamation here. Whereas, as this is the Oak Lawn School Choice Week proclamation, whereas all children in Oak Lawn should have access to the highest quality education possible, And whereas Oaklawn recognizes the important role that an effective education plays in preparing all students in Oaklawn to be successful adults, and whereas Oaklawn is home to a multitude of high schools and public schools from which parents can choose for their children, in addition to families who educate their children at home. Now, therefore, I, Terry Vorder, do recognize January 23rd through the 29th, 2022, as Oaklawn School Choice Week, and I call this observance to the attention of all our citizens. Thank you. And as the village manager reported, myself and trustee Alex Olenichek met a couple weeks ago with an architect and staff and some trustees, our commissioners from the Oaklawn Library, to discuss the possibility of bringing our senior services back into the center of town. The library is one of our largest public buildings, and they could provide very adequate space allocated seniors, strictly to the seniors, and we can conduct our business out of that library into the future. I think it's a very positive plan. I think it benefits the seniors and greatly benefits the taxpayers, because this program, senior programs, when you include the bus, was over $300,000 to the taxpayers of Oaklawn. So if we can improve the service and reduce those costs, I think everybody comes out happy. Now, I have some meetings planned with some of the representatives, some of the seniors from our community to share this information. Of course, change is always difficult, and rumors go out into the senior community and create some kind of panic. But if this doesn't benefit the seniors, and if this doesn't benefit the taxpayers of Oaklawn, I can assure you that this board will move on to another project. And that's all I have, okay? I need a motion for executive session 2022-01 for the purpose of discussing, one, the approval of closed meeting minutes number 2021-18 dated December 14th, 2021, and the purchase or sale of village-owned real estate. Motion, please. Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Olenichek.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Okay.
Yes.
Motion approved. Thank you. Thank you.